What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files, special Tuesday night edition, because I figure and I'm hoping that most of you all will be enjoying Thanksgiving with your families, your friends, and having a good time, not necessarily hanging out in the chat with me. So I want to come on early, just say what's up, because yesterday I was dropping in all those Amazon, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Stores, Target, etc., GameStop sales that started to kick off Black Friday week, which is so weird for me. I just need Black Friday. I miss those days of getting up at 3 in the morning, lining up outside of Toys R Us for when they open at 6, going in like a madman. What's here? What's there? Oh man, they've got this. And a lot of times at Toys R Us, they didn't have a lot of action figures on sale, but it was just the thrill of going to my favorite store before the sun was up and seeing what was there, because they stocked it full of new stuff and it was so much fun going in. And then we would head over to Best Buy, grabbing a bag full or an arms full of Blu-rays, DVDs, back earlier on, video games, and occasionally a game system. So much fun, but now they've kind of ruined all of it because it's like Black Friday starts on Saturday and Monday. And it's just so weird. At least we have the sanctity of Cyber Monday still, and Small Business Saturday. So while you're going out taking advantage of all these great sales, make sure to support your local small businesses too. So before I get into everything, let's see who all is hanging out with me in the chat tonight. Eddie Rodriguez. Good evening, Jeff and chat. Hopefully everyone's having a blessed day. My man, Eddie, I'm doing awesome. It's Tuesday, which kind of sort of feels like a Thursday this week because, basically everybody has tomorrow, which is kind of sort of a real work day. I think a lot of us are going to get off, maybe not quite the half day, but we're going to get off sort of early. And then it's cruising in to a very long and well-deserved 4-day weekend, so I can't wait for that. My Niners, of course, play on Thursday, so I'm hoping maybe I need to break the wishbone just right that we continue and do another 3-game winning streak, beat Seattle, and enjoy Sunday watching other teams battle it out. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll find some more sales. I did get a few things today, so I'll break that down in just a second. Stug138, what's going on? Evening, Jeff. I need to see Wonder Woman in hand before I say yes or no. So far, she looks great. Stug also says Animal Man looks cool. I like that he comes with a Wolverine. And Red Tornado does look amazing as well. Snake Eyes and Afton Child are in the building. What's up, fellas? GMJR30, Red Tornado sold out immediately. Here's hoping I can get to Wonder Woman tomorrow. She's one I'm going to need to see in person. Zaire Parker, I can't wait to pre-order the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Classic Wonder Woman tomorrow. Nice. Henry G, hey Jeff, hope all is well with you, brother. I'm doing awesome. Henry, how are you on this fine Tuesday? It has been raining practically all day here. I don't know where you are, but it has been dreary, sleep-inducing all day. I've been managing to stay awake for most of it, so I'll probably crash early tonight, but we'll see. Maybe I'll watch the movies. Stug, I miss old time Black Fridays. Same. I mean, it is just, they kept tinkering with it. Stores are open at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. It's like, no. Let everybody have their fun with their Thanksgiving, enjoy it. Maybe they have to get up a little bit early, but oh man, it was so much fun doing that round because we would hit up Toys R Us, then we would go to Best Buy, then we would go to the mall across the street, hit up their KB. So it's been a minute, and then we would go to the GameStop, and then after that, we'd go to a Walmart down the street, and then it's like, all right, whew, what a good first run. We'd go to Burger King or somewhere like that, have an early breakfast, and then go home, take a little nap, then get up around noon or 1 o'clock, go to another mall that had everything, another Toys R Us, another Best Buy, even back in the day, Circuit City, go to the mall, do the KB, do the GameStop, Electronics Boutique back in the day. So it was so much more fun than it is now. I feel like, yeah, it is still a thrill to kind of go into the store, but they've made it so they basically don't want me to go in anymore. It's like, hey, go to the website, get it. Although I'm going to pick a serious bone, Best Buy, I bought a whole bunch of things on 4K because they had really great sales, and they literally canceled everything I ordered. So if you're looking to go order things this holiday season, you might not want to go to Best Buy because or at least their website, because it was terrible. They literally canceled everything. And then they went with it may take 7 to 10 days to credit your account back, which is not good business, especially on Black Friday weekend, guys. Y'all got to do better. Blake Tarpley. Sup, Jeff? Impromptu live. I like it. Happy early Thanksgiving, everyone. You know it. We're going to be back on tomorrow because there's so much stuff to talk about on the movie file side of things. So that'll be as regularly scheduled. But yeah, we got to do figure files today here as well. Jalen Parks. Oh, snap. I wasn't sure if you're going tonight. Got to do it, brother. Thanksgiving, I might be a bit frantic, mad, and upset watching Thursday Night Football. So then coming on later on, being all like, I can't believe this. Nah, I wasn't going to work. So while the vibes are positive, everything is good, you need to come on here tonight. Bro Shot. Hey, guy. True Black Friday was always fun. So much fun. I had to drag Jason along with me all the time. And, he's taller than me. So back in the days when Toys R Us had their big overhead bins, I'd go, hey, can you check up what's in there? I think I see another Marvel Legend lurking in there. And you could always see when somebody would stuff it up there and be like, hey, there's something up there. So Jace was always helping me out on those. And he would get like, why are we here when we would go to Walmart? Because their lines were always ridiculous. And every so often I'd find something that's like, well, we got to sit in line because this is a really good figure and I'm not going to find anywhere else, especially at 4 a.m. in the morning. So he was a trooper for rolling with me all those many years. Nolan. Hey, Jeff and Shaq. What's going on, man? Matthew Matson's in the building. Good evening. What's up? Snake Eye says, I saw on my PlayStation an Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's $15. Maybe pick it up. Yeah, there's a lot of video games on sale. And, PlayStation Plus is kind of spoiled me because I'm like, well, maybe at some point in the year of my subscription, they'll put a really good game that I was eyeing and they'll just put it on here. So that's always like the crapshoot because there have been several games that I've picked up and then, maybe a year or so later, before I've even played the game, it's on PlayStation Plus and I could just download and have it for free. So it's a real crapshoot for me with those. 80s kid from the 90s. What's up, man? How are you tonight? It's a nice Tuesday, even though it's raining. Ryan Daly, what's up? What's up, man? Love to see Lions BK. Greetings, everyone. What's up, man? Henry G, those new multiverse figures look sweet. Classified is still killing everything out. Speaking of, can't wait for those HISS tanks to start rolling out. Yes, that means there's no more weeks of, it's almost here. Your HISS tank's about to ship. No. Friday is the day, the cutoff to change your address, just in case you moved and forgot to change your Pulse HasLab HISS tank, which means hopefully in another couple weeks, that bad boy will be rolling into my collection on my shelf. And speaking of shelves, I went to IKEA yesterday because I needed to start sizing up like, hey, what am I putting my G.I. Joe Classified Series collection in? Right now, they have been bouncing around from bag to bag or box to box as I've been shooting a ton of them, and really having fun. But now it's time to put them in their permanent place in the display room and the collection room. So I need to figure out something because this line is clearly going to be expanding. Got a Dragonfly coming next year. Got a HISS tank rolling in real soon. Got a Trouble Bubble or two to put up, and a third one with this Python Patrol one. So there is a lot coming onto the shelf. And yeah, HISS tank's about to roll out. Speaking of Classified Series, I rolled into Target today, and as I saw the Python Patrol Copperhead and the Python Patrol Cobra Officer. I did also see a box with two pieces, which, using my action figure brain, I pieced together, was like, you know what, this is probably the Trouble Bubble. So I asked a very nice Target employee, hey, would you mind opening this box up for me? And of course, he was street dated, so he couldn't open it, but he was able to scan it. It was, in fact, a Python Patrol Trouble Bubble. This is not scheduled to come out until after Thanksgiving, though, so it's kind of weird that it was already there. I would imagine these two are also going to be street dated, but maybe if your store has them, give it a shot. Python Patrol Copperhead, his colors do look kind of interesting, but I'm fine with his original look. I'm definitely going to pick up the Cobra Officer, and I got to add that Python Patrol Trouble Bubble just to have 3 of them and have a little vehicle for my Python patrol, which is just weird because I didn't think I was going to have it. But it's here, and I'm kind of looking forward to expanding the ranks of that crew with this Cobra officer. And then another thing that I saw at my Target today was this. The Green Goblin from No Way Home. This really looks cool. The Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. Right now, I forgot to take this better shot there. Target has a special buy one, get the other 50% off sale on certain brands. So no McFarlane, because they kind of did that like last week. But it's Marvel Legends or all things Marvel, WWE, and what was the other thing that I thought of was interesting me? No G.I. Joe, no Transformers. Maybe it was just those two. And I know for sure Star Wars wasn't part of that. But Target rolled out the Build-A-Figure 1991-ish, 92 Royal Rumble wave, including Virgil. He's the Build-A-Figure in that set. So I got Batista, I got Brock Lesnar, so I got the legs and I got the arm for the Build-A-Figure Virgil. I was going to really take advantage of this sale to get the whole 4-figure wave, which I appreciate. 4 figures, collects and builds a figure, but the Beth Phoenix was sold out. She was gone. And the Ridge Holland had a little crink in the package. And sure enough, I looked to the side, no Virgil head. This is why it's important to have the windows, because you can see if your figure piece is actually there or not. So I did get Brock and I got Batista. Hopefully I can track down those other two while the sale is going on, because tends, for the most part, those WWE figures don't go on sale, those special Build-A-Figure waves. It's always the legends, the classics, and sometimes the regular elite waves, but for the most part, it's just the legends that go on super clearance. So while I was eyeing that, Greg the Hammer Valentine said, just be patient. We'll complete Rhythm and Blues soon enough. JMGR 30. My Chiefs literally dropped the ball last night. And you know, I was rooting hard for the one time, probably in years, for the Chiefs to actually pull off the win, because I really needed some help. My Niners needed some help in the NFC standings. And this Joker was like dropping the ball. Although I did note the irony of a deep pass that didn't get complete against the Chiefs for a change. So, yeah, only Niner fans will get that. Blake says Wonder Woman drops tomorrow on all fan channels. I believe so. So get ready to drop $30 for this Wonder Woman. Jamlin, wait, Red Tornado went up already and sold out. Dang it. I feel like they must have 5. A lot of people have been saying he was up for really quick, like a flash, zoomed in, zoomed out, was sold out. Animal Man is still there, so we'll see what's happening. Robert's Infinite Realms. Hey, Jeff, wasn't expecting a live from you. Hope you're well. I'm doing awesome. I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving, trying to figure out where we're going to go first. You get your turkey, you get your dark meat, throw a little gravy on there, get your sweet potatoes, get your greens, your mac and cheese, put all that together, get your rolls, put your ham in there. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, I'm all set for Thanksgiving. Blake, Jay's crying and cranky, Jeff dragging on. It was only sometimes like that. I mean, Jace was getting his nice hauls of stuff, and back in the day, we had a great formula. As soon as we went into a store, one of us got in line, the other one shopped, and then by the time the other one was done, hey, we go back, switch places, and then we were almost at the front of the line by the time that worked out. So great formula. We worked it out really well. Of course, that fun is gone because they've just basically eliminated all the fun of standing in a Black Friday line, commiserating with fellow customers. I can't believe I'm up here this early, but these sales were so amazing. It's so great. I had to come. So I missed that camaraderie of customers in the stores on Black Friday, because they were the only ones wild enough to relate to this attitude of getting up early in the morning just to get good sales. Green Man, sup? Not seeing where Wonder Woman is being sold right now. Honey. We got to do those. Matthew, got my loyal subjects IDW Turtles and Shredder yesterday. They're nice. I'm out on Python Patrol. I really was planning to be as well. I'm definitely not getting another Night Force figure unless I track down Big Ben, because I really, really loved how Shooter turned out. She was so much fun. Added her to my original 13 display and just like, yes, here we go. Big Ben, I don't see a big difference between his original colors and his Night Force one. So if I happen to grab him or see him back on Pulse, I'll pick him up. If not, I'll just wait for the regular version whenever we get that repaint. Snake Eyes, I saw him in Phil's the Dark figure. I don't know when he's coming out, but I really like to get him. And he is one of my favorite video game villains. Hopefully you'll be able to get him. Roberts, if I get any of PP Python Patrol, it'll be that officer. He has really cool colors. I like that version of him too. 80s Kid says, I'm excited for Christmas this year. I got a notification from a Big Bad Toy Store regarding Bazooka. I think you're going to really like him. Matthew, if Python Patrol Copperhead was the DTC colors, I'd have gotten him. DTC Copperhead was black, gray, and red. Yes, you're right. It was different than what we have with this one. He's the one. And it's probably one of those deals where he had a really great color scheme, a really good look. I don't need to see him with some variant colors because his original outfit was awesome. Blake, whoa! Did you get the Green Goblin? You might be the first for an exclusive unboxing. I should have gotten it just for that, but no, I didn't get it yet. I mean, I would have gotten him if they also had, Dr. Octopus. The only Spider-Man figure from No Way Home that they had was Friendly Neighborhood, so that's the Tobey Maguire one. They didn't have the Amazing. They did not have the Tom Holland one or any other figures from that way. They just had Green Goblin and Spider-Man, which is kind of weird. Oh, crap. The Green Goblin is already in stores. I wonder if he might have been street dated. I didn't even bother checking, but there's a very good likelihood because when I went in this morning, there were a lot of employees working over in the toy section, unboxing a bunch of stuff. Now, I think that might be a fun gig to just do like, ooh, here's his ear, and put it on the shelf for like a couple hours. But then I'd be like, all right, time to go and go do some other things. Judge Dreads. Can't tell if he delivered yet since nobody has Wonder Woman yet. The pics often don't do justice in hand and vice versa. That's true. Toy Gates. Yes, I do think she needs a longer neck peg though. Okay, so we got some thoughts on Wonder Woman. Ryan says, I got Black Series Hu Yang today. Last week I got the new Chrysanthemum at Walmart. Why is he at deluxe price when he's smaller than every other Wookiee figure? My plan is to keep him very far away from every other Wookiee. And I'm going to have him probably with Dr. Aphra. And I wish they would release her droids, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That way I don't have to deal with this whole, why is he so short? Maybe it's just his bad attitude. Riley, CRO55, can't wait for my McFarlane killing Bosa. I have them flanking my TV. Yeah, I need to check to see when those are coming out because I'm so excited about those guys. And it's funny because I was thinking like, the Niners are really up there in terms of players, and we're the only ones that got two back-to-back players from the same in these two waves. So I got to assume we're not going to have one in wave 3. Figured Kelsey will show up for wave 3, but I'm like, man, we still need a Debo, a McCaffrey, probably at this point Brock, and then we got to get Fred Warner in the mix too, right? So there's still more Niners that I want to see from Todd. I know I'm probably gonna have to sit out a wave or two, but I'm hoping we get more of these, and then Ayuk too. So got a few more Niners we need to get from Todd. Jamelin, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it. Brother, I can't wait for it. I mean, it's going to be a happening. As Gorilla Monsoon would say, it's going to be a happening on Thursday. They're literally hanging from the rafters. 80s Kid, a pre-order Retro Blue Beast as well. It's estimated to ship sometime this month. Nice. Retro Blue Beast. Where did you get him from? I swapped Hawk's green legs with Big Ben's gray legs, and it looks much better. Oh, okay. Did you have any problems with your Hawk outside of that? I was reading that some people were having some QC issues. Apparently his arms were falling off. So let me know if you had those problems too. And send me a photo if you could of that Hawk's fix-up. Let's see how that turned out. Toy Games, can't wait for my McFarlane Tommy DeVito. Yeah, the Washington Commander killer. He destroyed them so much they had to turn off the hot water in the showers. Fred Warner, please, McFarlane. For real. We got to get Fred W. up in there. I got Beast from Big Bad Toy Store. Nice. Okay, so, now, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you, man. So let's see here. So, now, speaking of all my fond memories of back in the day, this was very exciting because it actually looks like this is going to be something that is going to work out. Let's see if I can get that window the way I want it. Yeah, let's try this one. There we go. It looks like this sucker is actually going to be real life size. I don't know if you can quite see from here, but this looks like this Toys R Us at the Mall of America is stretching out to full length size here, and that's pretty exciting. I mean, it's got a lot of walls in that thing, and they opened up before Thanksgiving, before Black Friday, so I don't know. Maybe I have to try to find a way to take a road trip to Minnesota to visit the Mall of America, because that looked like, and it looked like one of those chump mall Toys R Us's that we had, when they were doing the pop-up stores. That looks legit. And if so, I'm going to be very interested. So hopefully somebody will take a video, give me the full layout, and see how that Toys R Us experience at the Mall of America is, because I'm very curious and very intrigued now. Blake, chicken, turkeys, rabbit. Well, it is rabbit season. Just Dreads. I bought my first fig from AliExpress and hoping it goes okay, not a scam. I am trying to remember where I got my Mayflex Cyborg Superman. It might have been from AliExpress. Some of them is kind of like, I feel like you're rolling the dice, especially when you do that first time. It was Quest Toys that I got Cyborg Superman from. He was 84 and was like, oh, please be legit, because this is such a better deal than everyone else is charging. It was like, it's such a better deal. Can I really trust it? But got him, no problem. So I was very happy about that. So hopefully everything goes well with yours. Which figure did you end up getting? Matthew says the Hawk, Snow Job, Big Bennett, Snow Serpent have new articulation with drop down shoulders. They do pop off easier, but it's design changed, not QC. Thank you. So that's good to know, because that's funny, because I have Snow Serpent right here, and I didn't have any issues. I'm sitting here and you can even see, but yeah, okay, that's cool. I do like the drop down shoulders of him. He's the only one with this. I have Snow Job that I haven't opened yet, so that's cool. For everybody, you can see the drop down of the shoulders. I do like that. That's cool to see, and glad to know it's not some janky issue where it's like, oops, who knew the arms are going to fall off? So that's very good. Thank you for that heads up, Matthew. I saw McFarlane Joker Eyes Batgirl. Yeah, I need to bring that up, because I don't know what Todd was doing with that one. Ricard, what's up? How you doing tonight? No problem with my Hawk, but I think the arms are just easy to pop off that mold. Okay, cool. And I got 3 Snow Serpents, had no problems with any of them, so he's using that. I'm sure it'll be fine for me, at least. Robert says that's what Lenny said, at least. I take what Lenny says with a grain of salt. Why? I mean, I think Lenny's been pretty straight up and not been oh man, he was really lying hard on that one. I'm curious what you think on that one. Snake Eyes, to be honest, please. I don't like turkey, but I'll eat it on Thanksgiving. I mean, if you don't eat it on any day, you got to eat it on Turkey Day. I was hoping Jeff would sing it. I don't know if you recognize the reference. Now, let me go back here. Now I'm feeling bad. They talk about Blake. No, I did not get that reference, which is sad. Now I'm feeling bad that I missed a reference on something. Happy accident. Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? Gradual Prime's in the building. Hey, Jeff and Plastic family. How are you out there, my friend? I love that avatar. Can't ever get enough of Darth Vader. Darth Vader. Judge Dredd says about the D20 Studios Wild Boar for a little over 100. So it was hard to believe too, but the price has been going down other places. Yeah, that's the deal. It's like, hopefully it works out. Savage Land, what is good, my man? I'm doing awesome. Ryan, did you see the prototype heads of Torch, Naugahyde, and the Night Creepers today? I did. They look pretty good. The prototypes are not really like, oh man, I gotta see these pictures, the grayscale model renders of them. But for Jedi Classified, I'm always excited about stuff. I saw this via the good friends over at Toy News International, so let's pop them up for everybody else who might not have seen them. But looks like we got 2 heads for the Night Creepers. That's exciting. This is my favorite one though. I just love that whole design, and I think this is the new ferret driver. And curious about who this is. Kind of looks like Mace Windu chilling up there. And this, I think this is the head for Naugahyde and not for Torch. They have another one where they kind of show the sideburns of Torch. So looking forward to grabbing him. The rest of the Dreadnoks are like, where are you, brother? So yeah, looking forward. I do think that was a little weird that they did not have all three dreadnoughts coming out like right around each other. I mean, that's not a team to complete, but at least we know they're not the Marvel Legends squad, and we'll have to wait till 2026 to get Torch coming through. TCP Toys, yo, what's up? Hey, yo. Robert says, of course, he only brings up the arms after people complain. Never said a word about the new articulations before complaints came in. Excuse me. I don't know. I've not had a lot of quality control issues with my GI Joe figures. Breaker is the only one who has a really weak ankle, and I need to figure out something to stiffen that up. I don't know if I want to try super glue with him. What else do you guys use to thicken up your plastic joints when they're a little bit too tipsy turvsy? Let me know what you guys do. Badgerwolf, do I do any customizing? I was for a while, specifically during the Toy Biz Marvel Legends era, and because they were rolling, they were getting a lot of figures out, but it was like, man, there's so many figures. It seemed like it's going to take so long. Like when they did the X Factor variant to the Marvel Legends 10 Cyclops, I was like, this X is small, so I pulled out the white paint, made that X a little bit bigger. I did some customizing, more so fix-ups, but I did do a really sweet Moon Dragon. Excuse me, I really wish I had just taken a picture of her because I really liked how she turned out. I always had a problem with the figure paint that I was using being too tacky and sticky, and it's like, ugh, get rid of the figure. I did do a tiger once upon a time, so a lot of the figures I customized, Hasbro did way better versions that didn't have sticky paint, didn't have the joints messing up when I started moving the joints. So I was like, I don't need to do any more customizing because I feel like for the most part, they're really knocking out the things that I want. Now, I may occasionally do something on the wrestling figure front because their parts are pretty easy to swap and replace as needed. But then Mattel is doing really good work on that end where they're getting so many different looks for these guys that I don't really feel the need to do that anymore. So I used to do it pretty reasonably enough, and then I really stopped. I did do a bunch of famous covers when that line was going strong. I love coming up with and going to Joann's Fabrics and going and kind of making the suits for the figures. I really had a good time doing that, but it's been a while since I picked up the X-Acto knife, the paint, and did the whole thing. Even though I have some figures that I probably need to fix up. Ryan, looks like Night Creepers will have a second portrait. That's the Ninja Force version. Kind of weird. Oh, Ninja Force. Let me see here. I'm trying to remember what that one looked like. It's been a while since I read the comic. And oh, yes, I see what you're talking about. That is definitely a unique look. That's so funny. That look was so far removed from my thought with that figure. I wonder they're just working on a variant and are going to do a different one altogether because that would be a very odd extra portrait for the Night Creeper to do that when it's such a different look. I really love that original look for those guys. TCB Toys is a new collector's edition, the new $20 singles, but $30 basically. They add a few more accessories, but I don't think it's $10 worth of extra accessories. Henry G says, Masterverse new attorney, a Trapjaw, pretty nice figure. Classified series, Multiverse, and Masterverse are my primary focus these days. Sprinkle in Mayfax whenever they decide to release figures. That's so true. It's like, oh, wait, we got a new Mayfax figure coming? That's awesome. And that reminds me, I need to check to see if I've actually pre-ordered the Bane and Nightfall Batman. Because it's always one of those deals where it's like, yeah, it'll come like 8 months later. I don't need to worry about it right now. But yeah, that is definitely something I need to consider. Terrence St. John. Hello, Jeffrey. What's good? I'm doing awesome, man. It's a Tuesday, a little bit different, a little bit earlier, but I'm doing good. How's everything on your end? JT the Grind. Late to the party, working overtime while listening to you recouping that mighty spin yesterday. Man, there were some serious, crazy sales dropping. There's some more I'm going to break down a little bit later, too. TCB Toys, I'm kind of disappointed on Animal Man, though. The figure looks good, including the accessories, but where's his jacket? he didn't always wear the jacket. I definitely understand, hey, he should have his jacket too. I wonder if Todd would do more cloth pieces, if he would have felt comfortable doing a quasi leather jacket for him where you just throw it on and put it off. But I wonder if we could almost find a 7-inch style leather jacket that would work just fine for him. I feel like there would be something that would work somewhere. So maybe I'll have to keep an eye out for that. Jamblin says, Jeff, the I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rabbit list is from a popular Shirley Caesar song. Yes, sermon that has become a Thanksgiving staple meme. Yes, I know it now. Thank you. And I do feel terrible not remembering that. Jay Woods in the building. Good evening, Jeff. Hope you're ready for the feast that is about to happen. Might have to break out the stretchy pants after the pumpkin pie. I'm a sweet potato pie myself, but yeah, the pie. Do you like pie, Jay? Yeah, I'm looking forward to going down with that, my friend. TCB Toys says, I'm heard we're getting Mr. Miracle in DC line next year, but I wish it was a 2-pack with Big Barter. We really need that because I would love to see what Todd does with a Big Barter figure. Happy accident. I will just have to wait for 2026 to get Monkey Wrench. My money was on the Thunder Machine with Thrasher for next HasLab. I think Ryan's been saying that based on his sources, the Thunder Machine might not have to go the HasLab route, which would be great. I definitely think after seeing the Vamp, we don't need the Thunder Machine to go that HasLab route because it's pretty much a long shoebox, essentially. I mean, there are different parts to it, of course, but seeing that they were able to get the Vamp out, I think they could maybe charge $150, $175 for the Thunder Machine on Pulse. And I think without having to go the HasLab route, I think people would buy it for that price. I think that seems about fair. And you throw in, hey, Thrasher would be $25. So the Thunder Machine would essentially be $150. So we'll see. I think that's something we don't have to go the HasLab route for now. Ryan says there's still a chance Torch is in the first wave of 2023, but it's weird we haven't seen a render. Good bet next wave is Airborne, Quick Kick, Big Boa, Techno Viper, and excellent question. I want to know my pod for stuffing joints. Thank you, Happy Accident. I'll need to try that out. Would that be at Michael's, Hobby Lobby? Where do you get that? Hey, Jeff, have you seen the NECA Predator from Prey? I have. It's cool. I like Prey a lot. TCB Toys wants to know, did you pre-order those Batman Forever wave? No. The Batman Forever, no. I thought those were Batman and Robin figures. I didn't pre-order them to answer that part of the question, if I think that's what you were asking. And I don't remember seeing the Batman Forever figures, but I'm not buying either one of those. If I buy any McFarlane Batman movie figures, it's going to be from the original 1999 film or Batman Returns. Tom Finn, 2018. You know it's 2023 when you go to Hasbro Pulse and say, only 35% off. I'm holding out for a better deal. Dude, for real. It is so true. It's like, man, I can't believe they're still having those Eternal figures for $24.99 when Ollie's can't give them away. GameStop is charging $2.99 original Real American Hero price points for G.I. Joe back in the 80s. It's crazy. 80s Kid says, I'm saving all my money. Now I'm here with Houston. Saving all my money on them classified figures. Well, it's a great way to use your money, my friend. Jamlin, Jeff, have you picked up any Legends of Lucha Libre from Boss Fight? I've seen some really cool looking ones at GameStop. That might be a good use of their buy two get one free sale because those figures look pretty cool, and I think I can work around their articulation. It's not Ultimate Edition, it's not Elite, but I think they're workable enough for what I would do with my posing with my figures. Judge Dredd, I just kit bashed a Pay May Fig from Classified Storm Shadow and the Toy Biz Gandalf. I'll finish it with a custom head. That sounds fun. TCB Toys still sucks that Wonder Woman is a collector edition. Yeah, but you got to figure with Tide, they're going to release several versions using this mold, so we'll probably get a streamlined one later on with no accessories, maybe missing the tiara, so we'll see. But I'm still hoping for a curly hair one, more of like a George Perez look, but you got to get that first one. I mean, Hasbro would do that all the time. Mattel would do that. They'd make figures defining moments and then release them in the regular line. So that's just a common practice. They do that often. So I'm not hating on Todd for doing it because he's done so many other figures with regular release. So I'm cutting him a break on that one. But I don't like the collector's edition mentality at all because it's like, what extra am I paying for? At least with other lines, you could see the bonus price point, unless he's charging for that stand, which kind of sucks. But I think the rest of the figure is basically what we're getting with the rest of them. So I don't see the need for a new price point for him. Roberts, I just got the Jada Chun-Li gray figure. Not figure of the year, some say, but top 10. I need to start putting my list together. This is why I'm going so hard going through my G.I. Joe Classified series list, because I need to figure, do I need to limit it to the top 5 of my top 10 of G.I. Joe or what? So I guess maybe next week, maybe you guys can start putting in your nominations, your nominees for your top 10 figures of 2023. Give me some ideas. Eddie, hey Jeff, as the year comes to a close, what has been one of your favorite purchases of 2023? Let's see. Let me just, well, it's probably, I was grabbing the Crimson Guard, but I don't think that came out this year. Let's see. These two are really cool. I love that 85 series of G.I. Joe and the Eel and the Snow Serpent. I think are really great updates in the Classified series line. Most of them are going to be from that. I really love the DC figures I've gotten from Mafex in 2023. Let me see, is there anything else like right around that I could go? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. It's a lot of G.I. Joe. And that list seems to vary based on who I opened last, so they're all over. But I really like Bazooka. He was really fun. Rock and Roll was really good. I really liked him too. I feel like that's such a hard, tough choice based on those really great figures. I really like the Liu Kang figure from Storm Collectibles. I thought he was so much fun to pose and pull off all his moves. So that was another one. I'm trying to think because I feel like there's some Marvel Legends that should be on that list too. I really like Wonder Man. I feel like he could have been a bit bigger, but it was really cool having him in figure form. If Monica Rambeau had double jointed elbows and bicep articulation, she would probably be in my top 10. She's probably like top 20 just because of the missing articulation, but I really liked her. I thought her head sculpt was great outside of the blue eyes, which I'm still trying to figure out how that got botched, but yeah. And I really like the Drax and Moondragon set. I've said this before, but I really liked how they turned out, adding another member to the DNA Guardians of the Galaxy. So yeah, those are the ones that are really like right at the top of my head coming and like, oh, make sure you mention those. So yeah. Now, if I had gotten the Vamp by this point, that would probably be my number one because I was really hoping to get a Vamp, and it really looks good. How about you? What were some of your choices? Terrence St. John, I'm good, Jeff. I'm trying to get a handle on what deals are the best for action figures this Black Friday. I think it really depends on what you're looking for. Like right now, if your store has them, you can get some really solid deals from Target with Marvel Legends and WWE. Amazon doesn't seem to have as many good deals on Star Wars and Transformers from what I've seen. There are some really good Marvel Legends, some decent WWE sales. McFarlane has some hit or miss ones. Entertainment Earth has that buy one, get one 50% off. And they've got the sales you can always use. Lyles, LYLESMF. That's my affiliate code for Entertainment Earth. You can use that to also get shipping knocked off for your purchases over $79. So they have a really good sale going on. And Big Bad Toy Store has stuff every day. I think today's was the Sergeant Slaughter figure, the WWE Elite 89. I think that's who it was today. No, that was yesterday. They keep changing because it's a daily sale. They've also got that Elite, the Super 7 sale, which is really good. So today they've got the Buzz Lightyear dynamic figure. They've also got a Clone Wars Ahsoka statue. They've had a lot of good stuff popping up and things just like, oh man, if only I hadn't gotten XYZ, I would grab this. But yeah, I'm very happy because I did get the Avengers West Coast set. So that was a really good deal to me. So if you've been waiting, there's one to grab as well. Bad Wolf, that's awesome that you did some customizing. Doing fabric work is way beyond my skills. And those old eyes and hands of mine, I could not do the eyes whatsoever. Even like 15 years ago, I was like, it was bad. I knew I was never going to be a surgeon from trying to paint eyes on my custom figures. So I just tried to work around them, but everything else I was pretty comfortable with. I may have to dig up my custom figures. I did do, when I was really feeling inspired, a 12-inch line of GI Joes, and I need to just roll them out one day so you can see the average work I did on this. Is definitely not high-end quality stuff that some people were doing now, but I was pretty happy doing them using the old Hasbro 12-inch GI Joe molds to create GI Joe figures. So some I really like more than others, but I definitely still have them on display. They're my Hot Toys versions of GI Joes. Jay wants to know, has anyone heard any news on the Mezco 112, Fantastic Four, and Doctor Doom? I thought they were coming out soon. I thought people were getting some heads up about them shipping. Maybe I was wrong on that. Happy accident. I've been on an unboxing kick prepping for my top 10 of 2023. Exactly, man. You got to start doing around November. It's like, oh, shoot, the year's almost over. And I've got all these potential contenders that I need to unbox and open ASAP. Her legs are really good. Like she's such a great figure. I love the way they just engineered everything, all the different heads, the hand sculpts, I mean her accessories. She really surpassed what I was thinking. Because I have that Mattel version. I was kind of like, yeah, this is going to be basically the same. She blew that figure away on so many levels. And so ecstatic to have her in the collection. I want them to do so many more figures so I can like, yes, this is the definitive version of a Wonder Woman, of Power Girl, of Supergirl, Black Canary, of Vixen, etc. Hawk Girl. So I need them to get a little bit more focused on doing more DC figures and not just movie stuff. Henry G, I won Platinum Edition Hawkman on Todd's Run Fair thingy. I say won in quotes because you won the opportunity to buy it. Sheer craziness. So did you get it? What do you think? Savage Land says Cobra Rattler needs to be G.I. Joe classified HasLab. Of course, a Wild Weasel. Wild Weasel is awesome. So I would be on board with that and sign me all the way up, Savage Land. Terrence St. John says, I want to complete a comic style jail. I want a good Guy Gardner and Mr. Miracle in the 80s era Black Canary. Yeah, it's funny because they did the Kevin Maguire influence style look, but they went with such weird versions of them. They did Ted with the belly, not just the Thanksgiving edition belly, but just like the Hey, I'm out of shape version. The Nort was a really weird choice because, yeah, he was a member of the team, but the version they went with really wasn't how he appeared through most of the time. We did get Fire and Ice, and there were better versions than the Mattel ones, but I just felt like that line could have been so much better, and I would have happily had them on display, but I didn't think the execution of those figures was really good. Ryan, thank you. Lenny told someone in San Diego Comic-Con the Thunder Machine is too small for a HasLab, but you know it's definitely coming. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Jamelin says, they usually have Mod Podge everywhere that sells any kind of halfway decent art supplies. Thank you. So that will be easy. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow before I take my leave of storage for the next few days. I'm with you on Batman and Robin. I couldn't stomach that movie even as a campy romp. Robert says, well, I think we're going to be doing that as a watch along, I guess, at this rate next month. But that one, and we'll probably need to figure out some Christmas themed movies to do as well. But for sure, we're gonna be doing that one real soon. Happy accident. Mosh Podge, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michaels, and Amazon. Thank you. That makes it very easy for me. Terrence is important. Some figs that are new for sales will be easy pickups in late Jan through Feb during the spring clearance. Yeah, I'm waiting on a few of them because I know it's like, oh, I do want to get this figure, but it's not quite at the sale price that I want just yet. Jamelin, I like the boss fight figures. The articulation is pretty good. Keep in mind that they scale a little smaller than WWE, but that's also kind of accurate. They're also luchadors after all. That Ultimo Dragon really has me going like, yes, I need to get you right away, sir. Oh, and Juventud. I got the Juventud and plan to get Ultimate Dragon. They're okay. That articulation lack is noticeable with two luchadors, though. Darn it. Judge Dreads, have you had to cancel any pre-orders because of so many drops lately? I don't really do too many pre-orders now because Hasbro is just killing me with just the randomness of when those figures will come out for pre-order. Be like, yeah, it's coming in December. We know it's September 30th, but get your money ready. It's getting shipped tomorrow. I was like, what are you doing? So yeah, definitely have had to do that. And this made me just ease up on pre-orders altogether, especially because I have the Pulse Premium, where it's just like, oh, it's in stock now. Let me get it. I don't have to worry about shipping and getting to a threshold to buy it, like with Amazon with $35. And I was just like, I'll get it, put it in the cart. I'll get that one figure. I'm out. So yeah, I definitely understand your pain. Happy accident. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I cannot wait to put that to use because my breaker needs help. Zaire says my favorite figure 2023 was the Marvel Legends Anniversary Black Widow. She seems like a very popular choice and definitely one that I need to speed up on the reviewing because she's definitely somebody I want to get to because I haven't opened my cover girl because I was waiting to get Black Widow. And I have her. I can cover her over. Patrick Peluso, hi. How are you on this fine Tuesday? Jay Woods, Marvel Select Beta Ray. Bill drops Mike. That's your figure choice of the year. All right. Eddie says all great picks. Stug says Marvel Select Sue Storm is great. The head sculpt is just kiss. And see, that's interesting because I've been looking at her head. I'm like, you're a little too mean, Sue. What's going on? But I'm glad to hear you like that. Judge says I'm mixing the small Jada Street Fighter characters with the bigger Storm collectibles for my Street Fighter shelf. Do you have any of the old, soda toy versions of those? Because I feel like maybe they could also fill in the gap for your collection as well. The only Storm collectible Street Fighter that I have is Guile. Amazing figure. He's another one I just opened this year, and he was really fun to pose too. Eddie says the 6 scale Moon Knight from Hot Toys is probably my favorite purchase of the year. Yeah, that's a really nice looking figure. It's amazing. Henry G says Hawkman hasn't delivered yet. It says Monday the 27th. So you won't have too long to wait. So I'm definitely curious to hear what you say because I'm like, that's not classic enough Hawkman for me, man. It's like the long hair. What are we doing? I want one with the Kubert cowl where you can kind of see the shadow of his eyes because the helmet, the cowl of the hawk is up a little bit higher. Like that's what I want to see. Cooper did that, and then George Perez also did it. So like that's my look for Hawkman, or at least the JLI version, Justice League of America version. Tom Finn says Marvel Select Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman are my figures of the year. Nice. Okay, so we get a lot of votes for them. My Mezco Roadblock arrived today. Happy accident. I want to hear what you think about him because I really like those Mezco Joes are starting to look pretty cool. I know if you pre-order one right now, you'll see them in 2027, but he looks good. That Firefly looks good. The Destro figure really looked good as well. So very excited about that. Savage Land, I've been battling between Cobra Eel, Grunt, and Fei Long for figure of the year. Okay. All right. So I'm glad to see I'm not too far off my Cobra Eel being a really fun figure. I like Grunt a lot, but I had to swap out his M16 with one I have for my Punisher because this thing was just so bad. Like it bent all the way up on me, and I was like, oh no, what is happening to Grunt's gun? And it was just like, nope, this is not working. I tried the hot water trick, and apparently I didn't do it right because it just still warped him. And it was just, it's a little bit too soft. And I had one from Punisher, and I think it's from Punisher or just some random figure that had an M16. It's like, here you go, Grunt, enjoy. I think it was like the very first, way back in the day, Toy Biz Punisher that had that M16. MP, what's up, Jeff? Another week, another Ross haul. What'd you get, MP? Because I meant to go to Ross today. I just didn't have the time to get over there, but I love to hear what you got. So the Stug, we want to know. Henry G, I still haven't pulled that trigger on the Storm Collectibles Liu Kang. Plan to grab it soon. Kano as well. Kano's on my list too. He's one that I'm really stalking to see if Big Bad Toy Store does a Storm Collectibles sale during this holiday season because got to get him. I think with him, I'll almost be caught up on my Storm Collectible figures until next year. So that's really exciting. Judge Dredd, I have all of Marvel Select, Fantastic Four, and I love them all. That's good because I feel like the Thing and Human Torch don't quite match up, but I'm glad to hear you like them. That's good news. Masheri Agamadi, I really hope I didn't butcher your name. Please let me know how to say it if I butchered it. Hey, brother, how are you? I'm hoping there's going to be a way to get all these new pre-orders overseas. As an international classic collector, I feel super uncomfortable with Target. How bad is Target in terms of ordering overseas? I know they're probably a little bit shaky with some stuff since they failed in Canada. So I'm really curious, how is it to get Target exclusives on your side? Matthew says, my figure of the year is Fairy Planet, Veteran William. That's a really good choice, too, from the pictures I've seen. Really looks like a good figure. So I'm sure you won't be the only one nominating him for your figure of the year. I have the soda blank. I'm ahead of the game. The soda figures are really good. They kind of annoyed me because they didn't do a few of the figures I wanted, but I really like that collection and still have them. I just need to figure out where the heck to put them on my display. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. All that water. Henry G. Yeah, I agree with you. The Platinum Hawkman isn't classic enough. I entered the drawing on a whim, was surprised to get him. Yeah. So that's funny because there was something where I was like, do I care? I was like, no, I'm going to let somebody who really wants it get it. I mean, not that I was even like, oh, you've been allowed the chance to get it. I was just like, nah, I'm good. I really wanted to go to somebody who really cares about it. Ryan Lee. Hey, Jeff, I think I'm in the minority, but my favorite figure of the year is so far was Mezco Batman 89. Did a lot of people not like that figure? I know it took forever for people to get it, but I always think that the Mezco figures takes forever to get to you, but when they do arrive, they're really solid figures. So I'm glad to hear there's some love for that figure too. Matthew, Joes are getting DQ'd for figure of the year due to warped accessories and some QC issues. Yeah, I can definitely feel you on the warped accessory bit. Now, what QC issues are you having? Because I haven't had that with mine compared to some other lines that I collect. MP says classified Destiny, Legends, Retro, Loki, Pop Slam cover Tim Duncan, and Pop album cover Usher. I never paid full price for the deluxe Pops like that, so getting them under $10 is a win. That is a very good win. Ricard says Black Widow, Snow Serpent figs of the year. That's good. I have them both in my collection, so that's very good to hear. Henry G says Cobra Eel is probably my figure of the year. Definitely my top 10 as well as Rock and Roll. Nice. Yeah, Rock and Roll was a fun figure. And even though he's not classic green, I just like how they updated him to kind of make him work. And I don't necessarily mind the tweaks to the original 13 because they still have that base uniform look where there's just the helmets. But I really like how I can look at them and go, yeah, that's my original G.I. Joes that I collected when I first got in, basically to getting action figures. What's my most anticipated figure for 2024? The Vamp. Minor Star Collectibles was Guru and Marvel Select Archangel. But let's see, from what else that I'm looking forward to, Quick Kick, Alpine, those two definitely. Getting the Terry Bogard from Storm Collectibles because I missed out on them before. He's one. Let's see. Oh, if he does come out next year, the Grand Admiral Thrawn, that figure looks amazing. So he would be on my list. Let's see. I feel like there's got to be some McFarlane. There's got to be something from McFarlane that I'm looking forward to. They'll release something. On the Mayfex side, Nightfall, Batman, and Bane, Superboy, and the Eradicator to wrap up the 4 Supermen of the Reign of the Superman. Hopefully not wrapping up Mayfex's whole Reign of the Superman, Return of Superman storyline because I still need Supergirl. I need Marvel. I need Hal Jordan with the great temples, maybe with a separate head sculpt that has brown temples and a sling accessory, so we can do the whole thing, capture that arc in all its full glory. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm sure there's a lot more as I think about it harder, but that's what immediately comes to mind for me. Jamelin says the Felix Toys clown figure came out pretty early, but it's still one of my favorites this year. That's always a trick. It's like trying to remember what came out back in January and February. And for me, I had a real backlog of figures because I could not shoot my figures probably until like June, where I could get down to my photo booth area and get low enough to shoot them. So figures that I bought in the second half of last year were carrying over into this year, which is why I'm pretty sure the Crimson Guard came out last year, but I really like this figure, and I just finally got around to opening it. And I need to find some more from Ollie's to get them at $5 because it's such a great figure. And I need to have more than two. Jay Woods, most anticipated figure for 2024, Marvel Select Nihilus. Yeah, he is a great choice on that one. Sherry says Target straight up doesn't ship outside of US and Canada. And my name is pronounced Misheri Algam D. The GH is an Arabic letter that doesn't really exist in English at all. Thanks for asking. Cool. Thank you. I definitely want to try to get that right. Misheri. Cool. George says, I think Jada Toys would be a good candidate to make DC 6-inch figures. Yeah, a lot of people have been clamoring for Jada Toys to do that. Again, I want to see them do more Street Fighter figures, crank them out at a faster rate before I go, yeah, y'all can handle DC. Because for the problems that his figures do have, Todd is really doing a great job getting more and more DC figures out there to all of us in the masses. Matthew says, I've had 3 Joes with failed injection molds on a few parts, brittle wrist, and broken out of packaged figures. All got replaced at no cost to me. Well, that's good. I hate for you to have to pay for stuff that's all messed up. Jamlin, did Spiral come out this year? Black Widow's up there, Drax, Chun-Li, and Fei Long. I think Spiral did. I think a few people got her, but I'm going to count her as a figure for this year. So her, Black Widow, Drax, Chun-Li, and Fei Long are really solid choices. After them, Figure of the Year is Moon Knight figures. Which one? Snake Eyes, one of my figures of the year is Leo from Super 7 Thundercats. Matthew, I'll allow it. Some got her in December last year. Most got her this year. Stug says, I feel that McFarlane will release Bane as a glow-in-the-dark figure on Amazon exclusive. You know that is coming. Northern Nomad. I just ordered McFarlane Classic Wonder Woman off AliExpress. So there you go. You can get her now. Ryan Lee says, I'm looking forward to the McFarlane Owlman that was just announced. The last release never made it here in Canada. And I don't have him. So my Starro is just about complete. I've got 3/4 of them. But it's like, yeah, I really would love to have the rest of them. So let's see here. Let me go through because we've been talking about it. And I haven't shown it yet. So let's just show. It's time to break it down and take a look at these McFarlane figures because we've been mentioning them. So today, up for pre-order, you can still get Animal Man. Red Tornado's gone. I'm trying to figure out, is this a badger? Is this a Wolverine? Or is it a really angry beaver? So we got that. And then here's some of the pictures for him. I just love the fact that he has extra hands. That's great. We can do the flying pose with him. Very good to see that. Fist. And we got a little animal hand going. So that's really nice that they included that with this figure. And you can do some creepy poses. Looks like he's got really good articulation. Of course, the irony is he has more than most of these collector edition figures in terms of accessories. And I love to see they're packing more stuff in here. Like, that's a really fun accessory that you can use, throw in there with your Wolverine wood shots where he's fighting Sabretooth. That's nice. So he's got a lot of stuff. Excuse me, good paint job. Looks solid on that end. I just love the alternate hand sculpt. That's really fun and really good to see. Great job, Todd, on that one. Then we got Red Tornado, who sold out in like 2 seconds, apparently. Don't worry, he's coming in January. I love this. My favorite part, $19.99, so we're not getting ripped off. And we'll say that for the collector's edition. This is reused from the Cyclone figure from Black Adam, but, you know, no worries. That's a good use. That makes sense. You can step right in out of his Cyclone. That's really nice. He's got swappable hands, which makes sense for him because that way he can channel and gesture to create a tornado spear out of his arm. So that's really fun. And I like this gold, like I mentioned last week. He really looks cool. I know there's some differences in terms of how he's painted, but I'm fine with it. I think the figure really turned out nice. Love that head sculpt on him. And again, he's got more accessories, more useful ones than we're seeing with some of these other ones. So nice, strong, bright colors for him. So yeah, another winner. And now let's take a look at this Wonder Woman. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what I think. I love the colors. They're really bright. They pop. The red on her boots. This red, a little bit more candy apple, metallic red, and the gold for her chest plate and her belt section. Really like that. It really has a nice sheen to it. Ditto for the golden lasso, which is attaching to this hook here. The sword hilt, the W on the shield itself, and then on the tiara piece. Still not quite sure about this head sculpt though, because I'm trying to see, is this just really focused, Diana, or is she like, ooh, what is that smell? I love the detail here on the shield. It's got all kinds of runes and in pieces where it's kind of hinting at that Greek mythology. So I love all that work. I mean, I love the detail he puts into these figures. I always think that one problem he has is getting head sculpts on some of these figures to look iconic and great. Here's the full accessory rollout. So for everybody wondering what she did come with, because they couldn't quite see it in the package, it looks like this rope here around the lasso might actually uncoil. So that'd be really awesome if you could, untie this and unfasten it and you could have magic lasso action. That would be exceptional. So we've got the open hands, we've got the clutching hands for the weapons, and the right fist. So you can see you've got your alternate parts here. We've got the axe, we've got the trading card that goes on this worthless stand, and the stand is actually useful. So got a lot of good stuff for Wonder Woman. And, for a $30 figure, I think she does. And here, take a look. Here is the golden lasso, and you can see that it's not as clean as it was in here in those other shots. So it does look like this lasso does come out, and you can actually use it like her weapon. I am very encouraged and excited to see that, as I was the full shot of Steel in action. You see that here he's got the little extra piece around his boots, not quite as pronounced as it is with the Mayfex, the DC Direct, and even the Mattel figure, but that's pretty good. It's still got that overall base Steel look. I love all the grips here because it looks like it should stop this hammer from sliding up and down his hand where it's like it won't stay in place. So it looks like with those grips, it'll lock in really nicely. Love this head sculpt. The cape has a nice little flared element there. It's got the shoulder pads. The S looks great. I love that it's got a little damage to it. And then he's got the gauntlets on his left arm to fire off his what was it that he was shooting? He wasn't shooting bullets. I think it might have been rubber bullets, if that. But love to see that. So he looks really good. And we also got Owlman coming into the building. And again, I really wish I got the Crime Syndicate one that had the Starro piece, but I'm really glad to see this one. This is based off of his look for Forever Evil. And there's something really cool going on with this cape here. It looks like it's semi-translucent, where it's catching all of this light here on the back end, and it definitely doesn't look as full and as opaque as you'd see for some other ones. So that's really cool. Love to see that with those figures. Finally, we have another shot at Robin, but it's still using that old terribly articulated mold. This is the DC versus Vampires Robin, Damian Wayne. Definitely could not recommend not reading that story enough. It just went on way too long. It was just a slog. It was just, oh man, heroes are getting killed every issue. Not a lot of fun. If you want to read a fun, hey, the heroes are making the ultimate sacrifice, read Deceased. That was a much better comic horror story than this one. But that's what's coming for the DC Multiverse line. Probably very soon. After seeing these pictures, seeing a lasso in action a little bit, I'm feeling like maybe I should go ahead and put that pre-order down and get Wonder Woman. But she's going to be coming really soon to stores, so we'll see. Jamlin says Jay Garrick, Firestorm, Sinestro, and as of this week, Black Lightning are a few of my favorite McFarlane figures. It's funny. I went to GameStop and I saw a Firestorm, but it was the Chase Platinum version. Like, I don't want this version. I want the classic one. So I missed out on getting him, but I agree. Jay Garrick is pretty fun. I just wish he were scaled a bit better with everyone else, especially Alan Scott. The Sinestro definitely does look cool. Matthew says, I need Jada to do tech, and I can't afford Storm Collectibles. Brother, I feel you. My one thing with Storm Collectibles is they don't release so many that it hits the wallet so much. And then sometimes, like, back before Big Bad Toy Stores had the exclusive U.S. retail license for them, you could get some of those figures for ridiculous prices. Like Entertainment Earth was dropping prices on those really cheap to around like $40, $50. And And then other random retailers were charging around that price for them too. So hopefully this season we'll see some good deals from BBTS on those. But when you do get them, they're really like, they're too much, but they really delivered on this figure. See an 80s kid, see a happy accident, Jalen. But when it comes to DC Mayflex Huntress, Nightwing, and Steel are instant classics for sure. They're really nice looking figures. I want Jada to do 6-inch Mortal Kombat. Snake Eyes, they could do that too. James Green, what up, action figure crew? What's up, man? Love Mayflex. So many epic figures. Matthew, you're right. They are just awesome figures. Jay Wood says, that's a funny looking beaver, and I'm from Canada. Laura A says, Matthew, try the Gamer Dimensions Tekken figures for a less expensive option than Storm Collectibles. They're $27.99, and currently Heihachi is part of Entertainment Earth's buy one, get one 50% off sale. Just Heihachi? That's no fun. Henry G also got my Super 7 Thundercats Reptilians this week from EE. Good deal. Aren't those Bandai America? They look janky. They're not as smooth as the Jada Toys figures, but I think they kind of match up scale-wise with them. So if you wanted to blend Tekken and Street Fighter, you could have that sort of, but the quality is maybe like a notch or two below what you're seeing from Jada Toys. G. Brew, guess my niece is getting another Wonder Woman for her collection. Darth Gutierrez, when is she up for pre-order? Tomorrow. And I'm guessing around noon or 1 o'clock. So I'll definitely try to post the link up so everybody can see it on the dashboard. So if you want to go through any of my affiliates, you can, but I'll definitely make sure to be up on that for you all. Stuck, yeah, the head sculpt needs to be seen in person. For the pictures, they're so-so. Yeah. Ryan, I agree with you about the Wonder Woman head sculpt. Nothing a custom can't fix. Maybe a Linda Carter custom. Yeah. So you're that era as me, like Linda Carter's Wonder Woman first, and then everybody else second. Jalen, there was like a super shade. It was like darkness in here with all the shade on that stand. Stug says, I dislike the Walmart exclusive. I can never find them. Yeah, they're tricky. It's almost like you have to get there just the right time. And it's like, oh, look, they've got 6, and then they'll never have them again. George, I saw some new Tekken figures on Amazon the other day for $25. Judge, it's not a beaver, it's a Wolverine. I know it's a Wolverine. I was just joking around. I just thought it was funny. Forgive me for indulging. All right, so let's see here. So I'm almost done. I just want to just talk with y'all real fast, real quick. So let's see here. G. Bruce says my Mayflex Hush Superman arrived today with Asian Helix. Got my Mayflex Nightwing and Huntress last week. Fantastic figures. They are, right? I mean, they're just, it's like, wow. The quality on those really, really blows away what you're getting from the DC Classics. And I know that should be the case, but it's just like, they have basically the same looks, but they're so much better. They pose exquisitely, and it's like, oh wow, I can do all this stuff that I've always wanted to do, especially with a Nightwing figure, where you can just do all the articulation you could possibly imagine with Dick Grayson doing his thing, and then he's not like towering or looking eye to eye with Batman. So win all around. You can't find Bucky Cap, 80s kid. Try Walmart again. Their website may have stuff back in stock now. Black Friday's going back up. G-Brew, a Mezco Classic Cyclops. Good deal. You had a nice haul this week. Speaking of nice hauls, don't forget to check on to Amazon because they're still got their sales going on. And they still got the West Coast Avengers set, $87.49. This Black Panther Nakia for $5.99. It's a great deal. Group, $21.49. Bunch of the Quantumanium figures for $17.49. This Hawkeye for $34.99. Can't beat. Now, stuff is selling out, so if you wait too long, it'll go back to regular price, but you can still get these figures for cheaper than Pulse, which is even a better deal. So $17.49 for Kingpin, Goliath, Yelena, Chasm, then a little bit cheaper for Jessica Drew. So pretty good deal there. $41.99 for Hulk. You can get your Spot for $17.49, also a good deal. Got to keep watching this. I think it's cheaper on Pulse right now, though. Then we've got more of the Avengers 2-packs. Nice sales on those. Magneto's helmet. I got to check this again to get Ronin back when he was back at that 26 price point. This is the Legends $84.99. Gosh, I need to price check that to see how much it costs. But yeah, so those figures are up. Gore the God Butcher, really good price, $20.99 for him. And I believe Entertainment Earth still has a bunch of those X-Men 97 figures on sale. I'll take a look at those real fast before I roll out. Electra's going back to full price. Baron Von Strucker, 17.49. Wolverine's down to 16.66. So there are lots of good prices. I am wondering if we're going to see some of these figures go back on sale again. I've already broken down the, let's do this. There we go. Broken down the Big Bad Toy Store sales. Lots of stuff. They keep adding new things every day, so keep checking them. Here's that Mortal Kombat Liu Kang. He's back in stock with the Golden Dragon this time. And that's a little bit more expensive than I would want to pay. The dragon is cool. I can't hate on it. It's a really nice figure. So lots of stuff there. And the Hasbro Pulse. Don't forget, there's Cyber 35 if you're a Pulse Premium member. Cyber 25 if you're not. A ton of really good figures are on sale right now. And you know, some stuff is now starting to get sold out. So if you have your eye on some of these things, like the Indoor Rebel Trooper, get them soon because they will go. And it's like, oh man, I shouldn't have waited an extra couple of days. I was very happy to get Commander Rogers. He's now sold out. I got this Iron Man already. He's a really good figure. And wow, great. So it looks like these this wave is really going by pretty fast. I was able to get Karnak and Commander Rogers. So nice to see they're sold out, and I grabbed them before they're out because I really have been upset to pass out on them again because Amazon had them for that cheap price, and I was like, oh no, they've already sold out. You can also get this MJ Watson and Green Goblin set for, I think it's $33.99 with that sale. A lot of board games selling off, so if you want those, grab them fast. This set that I said was so great, you can get this for about $33.99 as well. Ditto for the Hawkeye set. But a lot of options. And then something else that I thought was interesting, to go back up to the top here. But if you go to the menu, they don't have it sitting up there anymore, but this clearance section is still available. And they've added some new stuff to it, which I thought was really interesting when they're in the middle of this Cyber 35 sale. So let me go slowly so I can really build up all the drama. But this was added just a few hours ago, actually. Bam! Check this out. So you can get this originally $77.99 set with Forge, with Jubilee, and Storm for $57.29. Now that is really interesting. So I was really surprised to see that. I'm pretty sure Entertainment Earth still has that as well. It's something you can get, but I was really surprised to see Pulse putting this set up on sale right now. So that was pretty shocking and pretty surprising to me. Let's see here real fast. Let's do this very quickly. See if Entertainment Earth has it back in stock. Excuse me, man, getting Blue Marvel for $801. That's a really good price. Ditto for Speedball. That's the price he's about worth. Havoc for $1304. Jeez, man. Good prices. Let me see here. They've got this wave in this 3-pack still in stock. I just filtered out so I could only see what was in stock. Now this sale applies to everything as in stock. So you can get one, buy one, get one 50% off. So you can get those figures, these figures really cheap. So that's a good deal for them. Let me see here. It's only two pages of in stock stuff. So maybe not. Yeah, let's see. It's getting kind of low. You get this one, but it doesn't look like they're still in stock anymore. That's the one thing you got to be quick about these sales, because if you don't, something that's a really good deal will be gone. So definitely want to make sure you guys are aware of that. Let's see what else everybody else is saying here. George, do I think Todd would make the Disco Nightwing? I thought I read that he is working on that figure, so I would think so. James, you have a happy Thanksgiving too, my friend. Thank you. Mr. Cheeseburger. It's interesting to me that McFarlane has not updated the technology pins, single joint, etc. for over 5 years, and the toy fandom or community said nothing about it. Maybe they are. I have more of a problem with the articulation on some of these figures. So, and the fact that he's doing a few weird design choices with some of these other characters. So the aesthetics of the single pins, the pinless joints, I don't really care about those. Like I said before, I'll only really worry about the pins when it's a Spider-Man situation where the colors of the interior, the elbow joint are the different color because they had to use the same pen and it just looks weird. Judge Joyce says, I wonder what Todd will do with Vampire Wonder Woman. I only have the Green Lantern vamp. I mean, he's going to use this mold and then just give her a vampire head and maybe throw it a little red around her, and that'll be a night form. G. Brew, I've got the Nightwing set up with his baton twirling because it looks crazy cool. It does. Stug wants to know, I wonder if we're getting Vampire Harley Quinn and Vampire Catwoman. Those seem like no-brainers for Todd. Lar A says some of those Amazon figs also stack with a buy two, get one free and or buy one, get one 50% off. I need to go back through and see because that could make some differences in terms of what I'm getting next then. G. Brew, I also got some Cosmic Legions, SH Monstars 1954 Godzilla, Rebirth Black Canary statue, nice. Now the Headless Horseman and Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, Godzilla sitting in my pile of loot right now. You have a ton of stuff. 80 Skater found a ton of Power of the Force figures at a thrift store. Did you buy any of them? Joker Eyes Wonder Woman for sure. No Moon Knights on sale so far. After Lar A bought Blue Marvel and Havoc from Ross late last week for $5.99 each. They had Speedball too, but I left that behind. That's the same price as that E price of $801. Yeah, so that worked out well for you. 80s Kid, there was Greedo, Han, Death Star Trooper, Tatooine Luke. Those are fun Power of the Force figures to just randomly stumble onto. All right, well, listen, like I said, I was going to be here all night, so definitely be back on here tomorrow with Jace for sure. Who knows about Chief and Javon and anybody else, but we'll see. We'll be back on here tomorrow for sure for Lyle's Movie Files, talking about all the stuff going on in Hollywood. If there are any deals, I'll make sure to post them on the dashboard. I will definitely put up that Wonder Woman when she goes up for pre-order. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. And for all of you who I don't see on here tomorrow, hopefully you have an awesome Thanksgiving. We'll be back bigger and better as always next time. So for now, this episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.